MLB The Show 25 is officially here. We have a cover. We have a launch date. We have a pre-order launch date. We have some sneak peeks, some things they've already confirmed. I'm very quickly going to give you everything you need to know about MLB The Show 25 so far, and then we're going to break down my 10 things that San Diego Studios needs to do to make the perfect game for MLB The Show 25. Our cover athletes are Paul Skeens, Gunnar Henderson, and Ellie De La Cruz. The game comes out March 18th. It pre-order releases on March 14th for Digital Deluxe. It is next-gen only. PlayStation 5, Xbox X, Nintendo Switch. If you look at the game details on the console store, you'll see that in Road to the Show, you're going to be able to start as early as high school on your career path, so there's big changes coming to Road to Show. I already confirmed 2 months ago that sets and seasons will not be coming back into the game. And of course, as usual, every year, if you go to the store in MLB The Show 24 right now, you can get 99s for all 3 players in MLB 24. So you can use a 99 of the cover athletes right now in the current game. You will not get that card when MLB 25 comes out. There's always new people that can confuse. That is a card for this year's game. When 25 comes out, it will not exist. And I want to give a shout out to our graphic designer here, John Boy Media, Sarah Tapper, who made these beautiful cover designs as we tried to predict and narrow down who we thought was going to be the cover athlete leading up to the game. We have seen these graphics bouncing around on thumbnails throughout the community, and that's how I know it's good work, because people are swiping them and using them. I think Ellie, Gunnar, and Skeens are all great choices. Now, the 10 things MLB The Show needs to do to perfect their game for 2025. Number 1, get out sets and seasons entirely. Now, like I said, they've already confirmed that they're doing this, but I don't want no funny business. Don't come out of nowhere and tell me that it's just one recycle halfway through. It's not seasons, but we're still resetting your inventory in July one time. Don't do that. No nonsense. Go back to the normal power creep, slow build up to only a couple 99s in the game. Make sure they're not so overpowered that they just either have that card or you don't have, you suck. But the model just flat out didn't work. I was excited for sets and seasons when it was announced. I enjoyed a lot of MLB 23, but then it really started getting stale in the second half. And that staleness was present early in MLB 24. Number 2, I want to jump in on the next-gen only specifics. I'm on record as recent as last year, this time last year, just 12 months ago, saying I don't even really care about graphical upgrades and all that stuff. I think the game looks fine. Just get me a better game, right? And then Japanese Spirits Baseball came out. And oh my goodness, this baseball game is flat out beautiful. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Now I can't stop thinking about it. Could you imagine like a really good MLB The Show game that looks this good, like even just close to this good? I mean, dude, we really do need a graphics overhaul in MLB The Show, and hopefully next gen only is a huge step in that direction. I now view MLB 24 as the last year on previous gen, and MLB 25 is us turning the page to next gen. Number 4, now we're going to get into the serious talk. We need a complete franchise overhaul. Everything needs to be improved from top to bottom. Before I get into a lot of the just basic complaints that the community's had for like a decade now, let me start by saying, if you're an OG of me in this channel, you know that I did online franchise and I played franchise the first couple of years that I was on YouTube. When they got rid of online franchise and pretty much totally abandoned the mode is when I completely stopped playing it. And I have ignored it myself. But make no mistake, I'm a franchise guy at my core. Me and my buddies were doing offline, in-person, pen-to-paper drafts, building our teams and playing Diamond Dynasty before it was even a thing, head-to-head with not just MLB and the NHL games too. Like, I'm an OG with the offline modes, and I am at a point now where they've got, I mean, some of the issues we're about to talk about are just like, come on. Starting with number 1. How can I only trade 3 assets? We need to make the trade logic and the trade depth so much deeper. And when it comes to trade logic, let's talk about free agency logic, the salaries and the payrolls. And listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's easy, but the amount of time it's been since we had any logical improvements in these areas of the game is a little bit insane. I mean, the contracts that go around in that game make absolutely no sense. It's not comparable to real life baseball in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. And to go hand in hand with the contracts and the payrolls and the amount of money guys make, which is like the whole point in franchise mode is building a team and you know, being the GM and building. It's baseball, right? It's MLB. So like I want to manage a payroll and build salaries and put guys here and there. It's not comparable to real life baseball in any way. And it doesn't seem to make any sense at times. And that is proven in a lot of the trade logic. I mean, the last time I did a franchise sim on YouTube, Aaron Judge got traded to the Rays. There's no opt-outs in contracts. There's no international money. There's no single A. There's no minor league ballparks. It's like not real. And I get where the community, the franchise and offline community is coming from sometimes, where they feel like they kind of just get spit in the face. They get spit in their face. It almost feels like, remember a couple years ago, Diamond Dynasty revealed their diamond pull animation where the player had like the loadout and he walked through the smoke and is celebrating and the card appears behind him. And then when the franchise trailer came around, the draft animation was the exact same animation as the pack pull animation. So the franchise community got excited for like an animation about to happen, and they hyped it up on the stream, and then it was just a copy paste from something they did in Diamond Dynasty. So like little stuffs like that, you know, not doing much and then presenting it, in my opinion, a little weird like that. They haven't done a great job, not just with the mode, but with the community over the years. And, you know, next gen's here. It's time. I feel like some of these fixes have to be relatively simple. And only being able to trade 3 assets is nuts. This is baseball here. Furthermore, I'd like to see expansions to MLB. Let me create my own franchise. Let me bring back the Expos. You could do that stuff in games from the mid-2000s. Next up, pretty much going hand in hand with the franchise improvements, we need an overhaul for Road to the Show as well. And this one, I'm not going to go on any sort of rant because obviously they are already right now, day one, launching the gameplay trailer hasn't even come out yet. They've just told us what day the game's going to release, and they've already told us that, hey, we've pretty much completely revamped the Road to the Show. You get to start in high school now, which is something to be excited about. College, you're going to be able to start in. So there's going to be a pre-MLB experience now in Road to the Show. We'll see how it's narrated. I know they've had some boring narration over the years, and it's kind of felt bland. So we'll see how that part of it goes. It should be an outstanding mode that stands alone and is not tied to other modes. Let's talk about Diamond Dynasty a little bit now. Barry Bonds. The Barry Bonds likeness right story goes all the way back to the early 2000s. He was in video games. He was on baseball cards. And then in the early 2000s, he decided he doesn't want his likeness rights to be a part of the Players Association. That is why you have seen the John Dowds and the Reggie Stockers, the fake Barry Bonds that have been in the video games over the years to make up for the no Barry Bonds likeness rights. Why, Barry, have you done this to us for so long? But here's why I'm excited. Barry Bonds signed with Topps this year. So Barry Bonds is back in action. Barry Bonds is on the scene. You will see him on official Topps baseball cards this year. Maybe, just maybe, there's a universe out there where Barry Bonds is in MLB The Show. And I'm just saying, I truly think he would break the game. Everyone's buying this game if Barry Bonds is in it. Let me repeat. Everyone is buying this game if Barry Bonds is in it. It doesn't matter what you do or if it doesn't work. Everyone's buying this game if Barry Bonds is in it. The only thing that would drown that hype out is GTA 6. Next up, let's stay in Diamond Dynasty a bit. New competitive modes. Diamond Dynasty's done an awesome job adding offline modes over the years. Mini seasons, showdown. Just the way team affinity and programs are layered out. The amount of conquest maps that we get in MLB The Show now compared to a few years ago is insane. Ranked seasons, battle royale, and events have been exactly the same since they've come out. There's only one mode in this entire game where you can play online for 9 innings. It doesn't even feel competitive because you either are competitive and you play past 900 or you play to 900 for fun, and that's your goal. And most of the community can't even get to 900. There's no like weekend league. There's no like real legitimate comp scene. I want to see them do more than just, you know, the tournaments have been going on for about a half decade now, but ranked seasons has been the same for so long. The scale system hasn't even changed or anything. The reward system hasn't changed. I feel like they haven't even really changed the logo that much over the years. It's just, It's tired. I remember MLB 17's ranked seasons, and they need to freshen up. They need to give us something else to get excited for playing online. They can come at you so many different ways with offline grinds and offline things to do. It's been a long time since they came at us with a new way to play online. And I know I use Weekend League as a reference a lot. I'm not saying you copy anything EA Sports does one-to-one. Obviously, I still think Diamond Dynasty is the best out of all of the sports ultimate fantasy modes. You guys have been out here giving away autographed memorabilia and all kinds of stuff to people for doing Challenge of the Week for years now. Imagine a little bi-weekly comp mode that had some rewards like this, or even tickets into tournaments. Let's get off Diamond Dynasty a little bit, and let's actually talk about an arcade mode for a while. What? Arcade mode? MLB The Show has retro mode in the game, and I remember when they introduced this, they tried to put some hype around it. They want to have some sort of arcade presence within MLB The Show, as they should. As a dad myself, I know how important it is with all of my sports games to have some sort of like kid-friendly arcade mode in the game that's easy and fun for, let's say a 7-year-old to pick up and play. It's so simple. Please put mascot mode in MLB The Show and let that be your arcade mode. You could even have fun little like rewards and stuff in there. Like, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just 250 stubs for every win. Give non-7-year-olds a reason to play it too. Just have fun offline and online. It'd be fun. Saying. But out of all of the sports games with mascot mode on, NHL's looks pretty cool, but it can get wonky with all the movement. MLB The Show, I think, would be the coolest mascot mode game. Probably would experience frame rate issues. I mean, we can't even put dreads on Andrew McCutcheon without the outfield blending. But maybe next gen only fixes that. But dude, if I hit a tank into the upper deck and bat flip with the Fanatic, that would be unreal, and it would make for great social clip. I'm gonna roll right into the next one now. I kind of just hinted at it, but fixing stadiums. Oh, it drives me nuts that this is MLB The Show, and I can't play in half the MLB stadiums without frame rate drops. And hopefully, again, this is something that can get better with next gen and moving forward. But a lot of these MLB stadiums get choppy, man. They get choppy. I don't love it, and we know all about the server issues over the years. But it would be really cool if the MLB stadiums were, 1, playable, and 2, just got a little bit of an overhaul and all just looked a little bit cleaner. But this is all Japanese Spirit's fault. We also need minor league stadiums bad. There's so many like historic minor league stadiums. We're gonna start stretching all the way down to college and high school with content. Get me Coca-Cola Park in the game, please. Next up, we're going to go back to Diamond Dynasty. Give me manager cards in Diamond Dynasty. Listen, every Diamond Dynasty team gets 1 team manager slot. Every team manager has a different little boost that applies to the team. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. Or, hear me out, put some sort of chemistry or archetype system in the game. Every card has a certain chemistry or archetype. It applies to certain coaches. Just really don't want players tied to team captain cards anymore. It drives me nuts when I try and do a team captain team build and I can't use the best version of the team captain. And now, last but not least, this is just a quality of life Diamond Dynasty issue that I have had for a couple of years now, and if it's in MLB 25, it's going to drive me insane. Please stop giving me like uniform and item packs. I do not want to open a pack to choose a jersey. Just give me the jersey. Just put it in my inventory. I don't even want to know that I got it. I don't care if it's jerseys, if you put bobbleheads back in the game, stadiums, stadium sounds, all that stuff. Icons. Don't put any of it in packs ever. Put it right in my inventory. MLB The Show 25 is officially here. March 18th release, March 14th early access. If you want more Shelfie, hit that subscribe button down below. It's going to be a big year for me. Have a wonderful day, y'all.